Okay, so we're here with this week's selected game, and it is another kid-friendly game, I suppose. It's QuackShot. We're going to watch this little video, I think. Donald Duck and Daisy Duck are two of the main cast members. Huey, Dewey, and Louie, and Goofy are all involved in this. Uncle Scrooge, Gyro Gearloose. Not entirely familiar, I've got to be honest, with Donald Duck's world. It's not really I've never really, even as a child, was never really my thing. Funny that, actually, I tended to play the computer games rather than anything else. And this is QuackShot, and I will be fully honest with you. I'm using a controller, one of my PS4 controllers. One day, Donald came across an old book in Uncle Scrooge's study. The title of the book was King Garuzia's Great Duck Treasure. According to the book, Garuzia was once the leader of a great duck kingdom. Just before he died, King Garuzia hid his most prized possession in a secret location. Tucked inside the book, Donald found a map showing clues to where the treasure could be found. Wow, Donald explained. If I could find a treasure like this, I'd be richer than Uncle Scrooge. I'm not doing the voices. But one of Pete's gang had been spying through the window and saw everything. Donald took the map with him as he started to head home. Pete's gang chased after Donald and the treasure map. Donald could see an open manhole ahead and jumped over it, but Pete's gang all fell in. Donald took Huey, Dewey, and Louie to the plane to take off on the great treasure hunt, but just then, Daisy appeared. Donald, where are you going? You were supposed to be at my house for dinner an hour ago. Daisy, something very important has come up. I'm going to find something special for you, and I want it to be a surprise. Donald, wait! Come back! Donald! Donald and his nephews took off in their plane, leaving a furious Daisy behind. Moments later, Pete's gang flew after them in a plane of their own. Okay. So I'm going to play this as if I don't know the order in which you're supposed to play it. So I'm going to do the most obvious thing and start playing in Duckburg, but that's not really the optimum way to do this. And that's because this game requires you to go back and forth between levels a little bit and figure stuff out. Which is fairly sophisticated, actually, for a game of the time. You know, even if perhaps it's not particularly sophisticated now. Not many games did that. Certainly not many child's games, as this probably would have been originally aimed at least. Always liked it, though. And, yeah. Oh, got hit by, I don't know, a tomato or something. So Pete's gang, I assume, are the people that are trying to shoot me and stuff and trying to stop me. And this guy, you won't be able to continue much farther without the right tools to climb walls, says this guy. So I'm going to set up my little flag here and then call the airplane. You see me mucking around with the mouse because I've got something on the screen again, which previously I don't think you can see, I've noticed. So anyway, we go to Mexico next. Now the problem is we've got to get up that wall. And we can't do it because we haven't got what's required to do it. So there's going to be a little bit of flying back and forth between Mexico and Duckburg. Interesting that Duckburg is situated in the US somewhere. I wonder how Donald feels about things in the country these days. Okay, so got an extra life there. Now this is an interesting game as well because you don't get you don't even get a continue from my memory. I think you get just the lives that you start with. You might get one continue actually, so that might have been rubbish. Yeah, we are in Mexico now, and Mexico itself seems to host multiple levels. If you consider this to be another level different to the one we've just completed. I guess it probably isn't, just a different screen on the same level, I suppose. Not really. I mean, the points... Well, at least I'll get past that guy. Yeah, I played this a lot when I was younger. I have given it a test run last week. And I've been sort of wondering whether this might be the game. I was originally going to play a different game, actually, this week. But I just decided, actually, you know, there's a shelf life, I think, to how long I'm going to be able to... Oh, that's rubbish. There's a shelf life to how long I'm going to be able to... What's the word? Put up with this game. So I figured, let's play it now, while I'm still reasonably kind of up for it. And I'm just playing it now for the video will probably be the death now for its interest for me. Take that bird, I quite like doing that. So now we come up to this queen woman. Donald, don't you know that you need a special key to get into these ruins? A team of explorers returned to Duckburg with it. It's called the Hero Key. Thank you, sweet senorita. I mean, I don't know what that's supposed to be or who that's supposed to look like, but anyway. Call the airplane. I thought it was a queen, but I don't actually, thinking about it now, I don't know what it is. Anyway, so we go back to Duckburg. So this is why I'm saying it's not the optimal way, because if it was the optimal way, I'd have started in Mexico and then just done Duckburg. Instead, hey, have you seen the Hero Key? I've got it right here. Are you a hero? I'm trying to be a hero. Then take it and good luck. So now we've taken the Hero Key, we can get back in the plane and go back to where we've just come from. Which feels like a little bit of a waste of time. But as I say, that's the way I would play the game if I was playing it the first time. And I thought, you know what, let's just do that. But if I was creating a guide, I would say don't even do that. Just start with Mexico. You can open this door if you use the Hero Key. It's not exactly like a massive issue. It's not like it takes you an extra half an hour. We did it in 20 seconds just then, but it's just as I said, if you're optimizing your run in the game, then you start with Mexico. And it's also key to actually kind of pay attention to what these extra characters are saying to you, because if you don't, then, well, I missed the chance to get that chicken. I think I should probably wait for it, to be honest, but we're not going to do that. We're just going to keep on ploughing on. That can be quite frustrating sometimes, that jump. Okay. Oh. There you go. So now I've only got 3 power. Go into the rest of this level. So I should have taken that chicken. The chicken gives you power. And your power is what basically leads you to dying. So if you run out of power, you lose a life, which is not what we want to do. The way this is going to work, just like when we did Aladdin, we're going to play about 20 minutes of the game, and then we're going to have a break, or that's going to be the end of the episode, and then we're going to go to another episode. Oh, this is frustrating. I just want to go up that little bit there to claim what's up here. Not that I don't know what the sweet corn does. I think maybe it comes into play later in the game, and I haven't got to that part of the game yet. I don't know. No, still can't get on this one. That's better. Up there. But yeah, we're going to play about 20 minutes of the game. See how far that takes us. Then finish the episode up. And then come back and start off from where we left off the last time. It's not quite as easily separated by levels, this game, as Aladdin was. But I think this is a fun game. One that provides just a tiny, tiny bit of a puzzle. I mean, not like a very complicated one at all, but just a little bit, with a little bit more imagination, I guess, than your average platform game. I also quite like the music, but that might be just a nostalgia thing, because, as I say, I've heard this game a lot. It's one of those for me. Right, this is really dangerous. I could die here. And I want to get to Goofy, I think it is, who's got what I want to get next. He's got a new plunger. Gosh, Donald, it's swell to see you. Goofy, what are you doing here? Oh, just looking around. I found this strange note. I don't know what to do with it. Do you want it? You bet. I also found this bloody plunger thing. Maybe if you shoot it at walls and things, it will happen. It will help you reach high places. And Gyro in Duckburg is looking for you. So I'll take the red plunger, which does allow me to climb walls. It's obviously what I need to climb that wall in Duckburg. especially as Goofy has told me to go back there, and I've just kind of lost a life, which I didn't really want to do here, and it is all down to me not taking that chicken when I should have done. It was very frustrating. That was a very silly and impatient move of mine not to do that. So, yeah. Lots to do here. I'll go all the way back to the opening of this temple thing. I'll get those points again, I think. They're up here. Now, I recognise that if we're going to get... what am I trying to say here? I recognise that if we're going to get 5 episodes out of this game, I'm actually going to need to do better than I've done in the last platform game, at least, because we only managed 3 episodes. Well, really 2.5, but I'm counting it as 3. Still going to get that chicken. Obviously, it was a bit late now. I should have got it when I first saw it. But yeah, it will require me going for an hour's worth, effectively, of game, which will mean I can't lose all my lives too quickly. Anyway, we're at the end of this temple thing. And back inside, we'll call the airplane again. Here they come, the nephews are here to pick me up. So now we go back to Duckburg again. So we're not worrying about that third dot, which is Transylvania. Going back to Duckburg. And now we can climb up this wall. It's got a bit of a fun element to it, this level, which you'll see in a minute, if I make it, of course. I'm not going to make an assumption that I'll make it. The chicken. Really am regretting not getting that chicken before, because we would have got through this first bit of the game without losing a life had we done that, and that would have been probably beneficial. I don't know what the sweet corn does. As I say, I'm assuming it's got some relevance later in the game, to a point which I've never got to before. And there is that bit. Now here's the interesting bit. I think the thing is there are 1 or 2 really good concepts here. It's just that certainly the early levels are really easy, and then the difficulty level just goes through the roof when you have to face one of the bosses, such as they are in this game. And oh, gotta get there. Did. It's all good. And we found Donald, just the fellow I wanted to see. Would you please try out my newest invention? It's bubblegum ammo. When you use it in your shooter, it makes exploding bubbles. I'll give you more whenever you run out. Thank you, Gyro. Donald takes the bubblegum ammo. So we now have 2 guns, both the plunger and the bubblegum gun. We're gonna take this thing all the way back to the beginning of the level, and then go back through the rooftop level, or part of this level, if that's the way you'd rather have it, and then proceed. You'll see I'm very, very impatient on this game. You know, I could just wait and not get hit by those things, but who's got time for that? Especially when you consider that, you know, we've got limited time here. I can get that chicken, and it restores all my energy anyway, so it's all good. You can't restore energy that you use when you fall off those bits, though, so there we go. Back to where we started. We've now got the bubblegum ammo. Call the airplane. And go to Transylvania. Now, this is the thing. If you play the game and you don't know what you're doing, you may already have gone there. And you may have got through the first bit of this level and then had to go back to Duckburg. And again, if you don't pay attention to what they're saying, as I probably didn't when I was a child, it takes a lot longer. But playing it now as an adult, actually, it's very, very simple. It's the most simple of puzzles there are. But I still like it. I like the fact that it's not just a linear game. You don't just go from one level to the next, and that's lovely. An extra life. You just don't go from one level to the next, and then that's it. That's the only way the game works. This works a little bit differently to that, and I like that. I don't like this bit at all. I do find it quite challenging, I've got to be honest. Oh, I've only just made the dry land, and again, if you fall in the water, you lose a life. So I didn't want to do that. Wow, this is the famous Dracula's castle. So we're going to go into the castle, and this is where we need the bubblegum ammo, because we can't get through these blocks unless we use the bubblegum ammo. Blow up the wall with the bubblegum ammo, but why in the world did you come to such a scary place? I'm looking for King Garuzia's treasure. King Garuzia's treasure? Now I remember. Count Dracula has the treasure map in this castle, but I don't think Dracula will give up the treasure map too easily. Okay. So we've got to be the Dracula. Actually, he's not too difficult to beat, I'll be honest. But there's a boss after that is. This is a bit annoying. I've got to keep switching back between the ammo plunger and the bubblegum ammo. It might be, if I'm really lucky, an extra life in one of these barrels. There it is. So now I have 5 lives, which is very handy. Given that we're going to be coming up against some pretty tricky customers later in the game. You can do the slide. There's quite a lot of different things you can do as well. You can shoot up, you can slide along the floor, you can jump, you can shoot normally, you can change your gun. I mean, they've tried to do something a little bit more meaty with this game, I think, than most platform games at the time. That's why I always liked it. That plunger going again. And there we go down this little bit, and we go into an underwater part of the castle. Not really sure why. I guess this was just the quickest way to the part of the castle that I needed to get to, which was, I assume, to speak to Dracula or Duckula. I got myself messed up now because there used to be a British show called Count Duckula, David Jason, the voice of the main character of Duckula. That is not connected in any way to Donald Duck, though. So, apologies. So Transylvania is quite a long section of this game. We're in a little bit of difficulty here. We've kind of got to move quickly and not get hurt. But there's a little store of stuff up here that I want to get to that will help me out no end. Including another chicken. That chicken is going to keep coming back to haunt me, I think. Anyway, there's a chicken. Some more points, more energy. Oh, I tell you what, I imagine this is a bit boring, this bit to watch, because it's slow. I hate anything underwater in these games. Sonic, does that all the time, and it's really annoying. The character just moves really slow, and you're like, can you just hurry up? That's a bit late as well. So these ghosts are almost impossible to avoid, especially if you jump into them like I just did. Getting as much ammo as I can. Yeah, I'm not even paying attention to this ghost anymore. Oh, that's not good. I've got to wait for that to come back down. And I don't even know if it will. Oh, lovely! Look at that. I'll just stay here, and it still doesn't shield me from the ghost. Anyway, so we go up here, change back to the plunger, and through this little door. Now, a lot of this stuff I'm doing way quicker than I would have done had I not played this many times before, because actually I remember that particular bit took me ages at first. I had no idea what I was supposed to do. No idea I was supposed to fire my gun into that, my bubblegum ammo into that kind of pile of bricks, and that would reveal a platform that would then rise up. There's just no way to know that when you're first playing, but obviously I do now. We're going to get through this bit. Oh, this is a very poor start to this bit. The wall is closing in on me. It's going to be a bit close. Not really that close. So, now we've got past that bit, I'm going to end this episode, but we'll be back tomorrow with more of QuackShot. Thank you for watching today. Give us a like, give us a subscribe. Cheers.